Hi, I'm Anne Marie from Teacher to Teacher Help. In this video, I'd like to share with you my favorite tool that I have in my writing toolkit. So the tool that I'm going to share with you today is demonstration writing. I first learned about demonstration writing from this book, DIY Literacy by Kate Roberts and Maggie Beatty Roberts. Demonstration writing is when you take a look at your students' writing, notice some of the deficits in their writing. What are the things that they're struggling with? And then you mirror write something, your own piece of writing that mirrors what they're doing. For example, maybe your students are not adding details to their writing. They're just writing facts, and they're not elaborating on those facts, or they are just using one kind of detail and not balancing with different kinds of details. So you're going to write a piece that mirrors what your students are doing. The purpose of doing this is so that in a conference or a small group, rather than fixing up the students' writing, you're going to fix up your own writing and model how you fix it up, how you revise it. Teach your students off of that, sometimes even have your students practice off of that text. You're lifting the level of it, and then you're going back into the students' writing and saying, can you try that in your writing? So let me show you a couple of examples of my demonstration writing and how I have created a tool out of this that I can use again and again in my writing conferences and small groups. So I like to start by choosing a skill, and the one I'm going to show you now is hooking readers with a strong lead. So I'm examining my students' writing and noticing that they have really boring leads or introductions. So I start by writing down what that skill is. So hook your reader with a strong lead. And then I'm going to mirror write. So up here, I have examples of the kind of writing that I often see in my students. So those boring leads like, today I'm going to tell you about sharks, or this is a book about sharks. Have you ever wanted to learn about sharks? Well, you are in the right place. Or hi, my name is. These are all examples of leads that would put the reader to sleep. So now I reserve the bottom part for giving students strategies, showing them how I can lift the level. And what I like to do is just provide 2, 3, maybe 4 different ways that I can lift the level of my leads. So one way might be to start with a series of questions. And this is a lead for information writing. It would be a little bit different for narrative or opinion writing. Another might be to start with a surprising, shocking, or interesting fact. Another would be to start with a hypothetical anecdote. Okay? So then the next thing that you do when you're creating this tool is have a place where you can demonstrate and then have students practice as well. So I like having sticky notes and just put these sticky notes here. And it's just a little stack of them so that in a conference, I already have this tool ready. I like to keep this inside a page protector and then keep it in a binder so it's ready to go. And if I notice that I have a student or a group of students who are writing really boring leads, then I can pull them together and say, so let me teach you. And I like to start by showing them first what not to do. And that what not to do is usually what's showing up in their writing. And then give them these suggestions. And then depending on the writers in my group or the conference that I'm having, then I might start by saying, watch me, let me show you how I'm going to try out maybe a series of questions. And then I can model that here. Or maybe we're going to do some writing in the air and say, let's do this together. Or maybe I'm doing it in a small group and I invite students to work with a partner and try one of these. Often I'll ask them, which one do you want to try? So they'll pick one and then we do it together. What I love about this tool is it's super adaptable. You can use it, like I said, in any part of the gradual release of responsibility. You can say, watch me, or you can say, let's do it together. And you can do the same small group or conference several times because you can try out one of these strategies, invite students to try it, and then another day pull them back together and say, let's try another one. And because you have the sticky notes already ready here, in the moment of a conference, you're ready to just go ahead and grab one of these and do some demonstration for them. You can even, because it's on sticky notes, just pull that off then and give them a copy of it so that they can see a model of what this looks like. And then when they go into their own writing, they're not going to copy this down because they're not writing about sharks. This is your demo. They're going to write about whatever their topic is. Let me show you another one. And you'll see that the format is exactly the same. There are different ways of doing this, but this is just what I've landed on that works well for me. I start with whatever my topic is. So the skill that I want to teach my students in this one is balancing facts and ideas. So a very common problem is writers will write fact, but they don't elaborate on any of those facts. So here's my mirror writing. Here's a description of the problem. And now these are some of the strategies that we can try. I can say, well, which one would you like to try? And then here are my sticky notes where we can do it together. And we can do some writing in the air, and then we can do some interactive writing. So maybe we take this, sharks do not have bones. What I could elaborate on and say, well, if they don't have bones, what do they have? They have cartilage. So I'm adding on to that. So maybe I want to demonstrate that, how I can add on. This would be an example. I could add this here. It's called a twin sentence or a partner sentence. So you add one sentence, you say one sentence, one fact, and then push yourself to say one more thing. So in the moment of the conference, I can use one of the strategies that's here, or like just happened in this video, I thought of another one and I can add that to it. So the point is that when you go into a conference already prepared with tools like this, you don't have to decide how to teach. And the tools have helped me move away from just telling students and instead teaching them first and getting them to transfer that into their own writing. So if this tool here looks intriguing to you, go ahead and copy change it. Make one of your own. I invite you to try other skills and try making some of these tools. I'm also going to put a link to some videos that DIY Literacy has on their website, which shows you some other tools. I'm also going to put a link to a course that I've created where I guide teachers through creating loads and loads of tools for both reading and writing. And I'll put that link in the description in case you would like to create some more tools with me so that you can lift the level of your writing conferences.